In this video, we will be running through Pilates exercises performed using a foam roller. The foam roller is a useful tool that can be used for a variety of exercises and functions. In this video, we will specifically be running through the exercises performed whilst lying vertically on top of the foam roller. These exercises will work your whole body and particularly target your core. Should you not understand any terminology used in this video or want to learn more about Pilates and your core, check out our Physio Evolved Introduction to Pilates video. We will run through balance, the arm series and leg series on the foam roller. If you have any concerns about any of these exercises after this video, please talk to your physiotherapist. Let's begin with getting on and off the foam roller. Position the foam roller lengthwise along your mat. Sit down at the end of your foam roller facing away from the roller with your knees bent and feet flat on the ground. Using your arms, lift yourself up and into sitting on the end of the roller. Slowly lower yourself down so that you are lying on the foam roller lengthwise along your spine. Your head should be supported by the foam roller. If not, you may need to move further down your roller. Place your hands on your hip bones and rest your elbows on the floor for balance support. Ensure your knees are bent to where they feel comfortable and that your feet are flat on the ground, hip width apart. Your spine should be in neutral, chin tucked in with your neck long, shoulders drawn back and down, and breathing comfortably into your abdominal area. This is also your starting position for all the Pilates exercises performed using the foam roller. For getting off the foam roller, there are multiple methods. However, the safest and easiest method that we recommend is to roll sideways off the foam roller using your hands, elbows, knees, and feet to control the movement. Before we get into the exercises, just lying vertically on the foam roller like so can be very relaxing for a lot of people. It helps to open through the chest and relax through the back. Let's begin with balancing on the foam roller. There are many progressions to balancing on the foam roller. Some you may find easier or harder than others. These progressions are based around reducing your contact with the ground for support. We will run through the various lower limb progressions and then the upper limb progressions. First, the lower limb progressions. Start in the starting position. From here, once you feel stable and ready, progress to lifting one heel so that you are on your toes through one foot. Again, once you feel stable, lift the other heel so that you are on your toes through both feet. You should be able to hold the position, remaining steady and stable for at least 30 seconds before you progress the exercise. Once ready, you can also lift one foot off the floor into the tabletop position with the other foot touching the mat either through the whole foot or just the toes. If you have a Pilates ball at home, or any small to medium-sized ball that is not fully inflated, you can place this under your foot during any of the previous progressions. A Pilates ball can both make the exercise more challenging, but also provide a half progression. For example, say if you are struggling to lift your foot into tabletop, you can instead place your foot on the Pilates ball. When you are ready, now progress to lifting both your legs into tabletop. Make sure your legs are hip width apart and not touching. If you hold your legs together, this decreases the requirements of your core to stabilize, and thus the exercise will be easier. However, we are trying to work your core here, so be mindful to ensure that your legs stay hip width apart. Now the upper limb progressions. Start in the starting position. From here, once you feel stable and ready, progress to being as light through both elbows as much as you can. Again, once you feel stable, try lifting one elbow off the ground so just your feet and other elbow are supporting you. Once ready, you can place a Pilates ball under the elbow still touching the floor whilst floating the opposite elbow. When you have held this progression for at least 30 seconds, remaining steady and stable, progress to floating both elbows off the floor. When you feel ready, you can change your arm position so that your hands point towards the ceiling, elbows straight. You can combine any of these lower limb and upper limb balance progressions together. For example, balancing on both toes whilst floating one elbow, or balancing with both legs in tabletop and one elbow resting on a Pilates ball. These are just two examples of many. As you can see, this opens a lot of options to help make sure you are always able to appropriately challenge yourself without making it too hard. If you are unsure about progressing this exercise in any way, please talk to your physiotherapist. Next are the arm series. Return to the starting position, except take both arms to pointing towards the ceiling. From here, take both arms overhead as far as you can without arching your spine. Then return your arms to the ceiling. Now leave one arm pointing towards the ceiling while you perform the same movement with a single arm. Alternate arms. With both arms pointing towards the ceiling, now take both arms outwards to their respective sides as far as you can without arching your spine. Then return your arms to the ceiling. Now again, leave one arm pointing towards the ceiling while you perform the same movement with a single arm. Alternate arms. Perform 3 to 5 repetitions of each movement. However, if you can remain steady and stable throughout, perform 2 repetitions of each movement, then move on to the next. Finally, the leg series. Marching. From the starting position, lift alternating heels to begin marching through your feet. March for 10 seconds or as long as you can remain stable and steady on the foam roller. Single leg lifts. From the starting position, lift one leg into the tabletop position, then lower back down, touching your toes first, then your heels. Repeat alternating legs. Repeat for 10 lifts or 5 repetitions per leg. Toe taps. Return to the starting position, except lift both legs into tabletop. From here, slowly lower one foot to lightly tap the toes on the ground. Pause and then slowly lift the leg back to the tabletop position. Repeat alternating legs. Repeat for 10 taps or 5 repetitions per leg. Throughout all these exercises, ensure your spine remains in neutral and that your core is engaged. Once you have mastered the arm and leg series exercises, you can progress them by adding aspects of the balance progressions in as appropriate. For example, you can perform the arm series whilst balancing on both toes. Another example is you can perform the leg series whilst balancing with one elbow resting on a Pilates ball. This concludes this video on the Pilates exercises performed using a foam roller. Should you have any questions around anything covered in this video, please feel free to contact your physiotherapist directly using their email or our clinic by calling 03 384 4766 or emailing admin@physioevolved.co.nz.